Yay, I'm 13 weeks. And I am tired. And I'm not in control. I really think that it's important that when you're pregnant, you just learn early on you're not in control. So as much as I would love to eat certain foods, my body doesn't want me to eat those foods. And I'm talking like I want to eat vegetables. My body doesn't want me to eat vegetables. So I'm really grateful for the greens that I'm drinking, because that does help with getting at least the fruits and veggies intake that I need to get. Okay, we are going to be doing a gender reveal coming up soon. It'll be in the next couple weeks. Comment below, what do you guys think? Do you think it's going to be a boy? Do you think it's going to be a girl? What do you guys think? I feel like it's going to be a boy. I just do. But a lot of people are telling me they think it's going to be a girl. So let me know what you guys think.
For some reason in my mind, I thought that once I got past 12 weeks, that like a magical unicorn was going to come and take any nausea away. And I think that maybe the unicorn doesn't know my address, because the nausea is still here and I'm not complaining, because every time I feel it, I'm like, okay, everything's good. I'm still pregnant. And I think once I feel the baby move in my body, then I will be like over the nausea. But for now, it's like, all right, that's cool. And I don't know if you guys can tell, but I've got oh yeah, there's a belly happening. There's a belly. There's a belly. Yeah, this dress is kind of see-through. Maybe it's not appropriate for a children's birthday party. And my belly is getting bigger. What's weird is that when I lay down on my back, my belly is like flat, almost. And then when I stand up, it's like bloop. Where did that come from? Where does it go when you're laying on your back and it's gone? Like, where does it go? Maybe that explains why I have some back fat. Maybe that explains it. So I recently discovered that the best way for me to eat, because apparently I have to do that. I wish I didn't have to do that, because eating is kind of a chore. Not complaining, because I'm so excited that I'm pregnant, and I'm going to be grateful for anything that I have to deal with, because I get to deal with it. But the best way that I have found to eat so that I don't want to throw everything up is to eat all day. Sounds weird. Sorry, I have a lot of burps all of a sudden. Lovely timing while I do a video. That's another sign of the pregnancy. That's another pregnancy symptom that is hanging around. So that's fun. Anyhow, one new symptom that I'm noticing this week, more so than before, is that I have such dry skin. Like, I'm not someone who used chapstick very often or ever put lotion on my face. I had oily skin, but everything is so dry now that I kind of have to. The other day, I looked like I had dandruff on my forehead, and it was just my forehead peeling. Like, really? That's sexy. So yeah, now I'm using moisturizers. I looked at all the different like stretch mark creams. Hey Deja. That there are, and I noticed that a lot of them have a ton of chemicals, and I just don't want to use chemicals. So I'm not using like the typical stretch mark creams. Instead, I went to the to Sprouts, which is like a natural food store, and I just got jojoba oil, which I think is pronounced jojoba oil. And that's what I'm using. I'm just using that on my stomach, on my boobs, on my legs. My boobs are definitely bigger. Sorry Dad, because I bet you're gonna see this. I feel like my nipples are a little tiny bit bigger, but not like that obvious. But I know that that's another thing that happens during pregnancy, is that your boobs get bigger, your nipples get bigger, they change colors apparently. That'll be interesting. And my cramps have kind of started to go away a little bit, which is weird because they were extremely strong in the first trimester, and now that I'm entering into the second trimester, they're kind of barely there, and it's normally the opposite, I guess. Normally you have really like strong cramps in the second trimester, and the first trimester they're not as bad. So I don't know. But back to the food. If I eat something small like every hour, I'm pretty good. And when I see something small, like I'll eat a string cheese. And then an hour later, I'll have like an apple with some peanut butter. And then an hour later, I'll have a little trail mix. So I'm kind of eating like a toddler. And smells are still really strong for me. And I'm okay with that. It's weird. I think I might have felt the baby move yesterday, but I'm not sure. So I was laying there, I read my pregnancy journal, I wrote in it, and then I did like a little meditation. I closed my eyes, I put my hand on my stomach, and I said, okay, little baby, I would love to hear you, or I didn't say I'd love to hear you. That would have been weird. The baby was like, what's up, Mom? I said, I'd love to feel you. So, give me a sign that you're good, that everything's okay. I can just rest assured. And so I put my hands on my stomach, and it felt like someone went tap, tap twice. And then after that feeling, I was like, whoa, what was that? Do that again. After I felt that like tap, tap feeling, then it felt like somebody was like tickling or like just very gently touching my skin. And at that point I was like, am I actually making this up in my head? Am I so eager to feel this baby move that I'm just coming up with stuff in my head? So if you're watching this and you have had children, or you've been pregnant, tell me what you felt, because this is all new to me and I have no clue if that was the baby moving or my clothes were touching my skin. But the tap tap thing, I don't know. I've never felt that before. I'm gonna go with that was the baby. And that little like ticklish thing, I don't know. So with that being said, I don't have as frequent of ultrasounds anymore, and I don't go to the doctor often, which is a little nerve-wracking in a sense, because you just have to trust that everything's okay. And because I'm not at a stage now where I can like look down and see my belly moving and see that the baby is moving around. I can't see that yet. The nausea makes me feel happy. It's obviously not fun when I'm throwing up at a restaurant or something, but it just feels good to know that everything's okay. That is all I have to share with you guys for now. I will show you the picture of my stomach looking flat when I lay down and then bigger when I got up. I forgot to say one more thing. I got to see my friend Shauna's newborn baby. I think she was like 8 days old when I held her. Oh my gosh, you guys. It was like that moment where I went, oh, I'm gonna have one of these. And because I had gone through almost 4 years of infertility, it was like one of the first times I've ever held a baby, and I didn't feel a little bit sad inside. Because when you're going through infertility, which I know a lot of my subscribers can relate to, you feel sad. Even though you might be happy for someone else that they're pregnant, or you might be happy that you got to hold your friend's baby, you still have this part of you that feels sad because it's not you. And so it was like, finally I get to hold a baby and not feel sad that it's not me, because it's gonna be me. And so I always like to encourage all of you who are still going through this infertility fight, do not give up. Please do not give up. I know it's hard. I went through it just like you're going through it. I know that, but you can do this. And when you do get to the place where you get to hold your little baby, you won't regret that you never gave up, and it'll all be worth it. Let me show you guys pictures of this baby. Haven't already. I mean, that's assuming that you actually like me and you want to learn more about what's happening throughout my pregnancy. And if you don't, well then, okay,